What's up, guys? So finally, UFC 259 is here. I waited a long time for this event. Like ever since it was announced in March, we have a treat. We have a treat with UFC 259 and UFC 260. Between the two of them, I don't know which one is better, but they're both amazing, stacked up events. So yeah, we're in for a treat for March and. For this one, I'm just gonna do the main card, and then I'll do one tomorrow or Thursday with the prelims. And let's get to it. Main event: John Blachowicz versus Adesanya. Man, I went back and forth on this one. Sorry, my throat's kind of fucked up. See, I'm split on this one, right? Part of me tells me not to underestimate Blachowicz because I've done that before, and I was wrong both times that I underestimated him. See, the first time that I did that was when he fought Luke Rockhold. Who did I pick on that one? Yeah, I picked Rockhold because I just thought that Rockhold as a light heavyweight would be a better version of Luke Rockhold, the middleweight. And I mean, Luke Rockhold, other than being having like a very poor chin, he's actually a really good guy, very striking and grappling. And Blachowicz was just coming from getting knocked out by Thiago Santos, a fight that he was winning though. And then the other time that I picked against Blachowicz was when I picked Reyes, and then Blachowicz knocked him out. So picked Reyes, I got it wrong. I picked Rockhold, I got it wrong. But I did pick Blachowicz to beat Santos, and then he got knocked out. So part of me is telling me, do not underestimate Blachowicz again. Like, don't make that mistake again. And another part of me is telling me that Israel Adesanya really is that special type of fighter that comes, every now and then. An undefeated guy that maybe he's just that good that he's gonna become the next champ. And I'm actually gonna go with that. I'm picking Adesanya to win by KO or a TKO round 2, but obviously it's not a confident pick. I'm like 60-40, this could be a fight where let's get to the sizes, right? Let's get to the basic stuff out of it. So for Adesanya moving up, he actually is the bigger as far as height and reach. Adesanya is the bigger guy here. So Adesanya is 6'4", Blachowicz is 6'2". Adesanya has 80-inch reach, and Blachowicz has 78-inch reach. While as far as frame and maybe a little bit of muscle, I would say Blachowicz is bigger. At the same time, we do not know what Adesanya is going to look like as a light heavyweight as opposed to a middleweight. Like, for example, Nate Diaz looks considerably bigger as a welterweight than he does as a lightweight. So I guess until we see Adesanya on the weigh-ins, for sure we can say Blachowicz has more frame than he does. And honestly, the only thing that I give Blachowicz over Adesanya is power in his shots. Other than that, I don't think he is the faster guy. I don't think he has better footwork, better technique. I just think he hits harder for sure. And we saw it on his last fight with Reyes. Blachowicz last fight with Reyes, you could tell that the more shots that Blachowicz landed, the least confident Reyes seemed. It seemed that once he ate that kick to the body, and man, he was red and all messed up, and the few punches that Blachowicz landed, it seemed that Reyes started to be a little bit gun shy, and then eventually he got knocked out. Before that he knocked out Corey Anderson. Before that, The fight with Sousa was kind of interesting. I thought Blachowicz would do better, and then Adesanya really surprised me last fight. I picked him to beat Costa, but I did not think it was going to be a one-sided domination like it was. Like, I was actually convinced that round one, Adesanya was going to be on that defensive side of it, and Costa was going to be doing crazy pressure, and that was his window of opportunity to win. And I thought that Adesanya would take over later, but no, Adesanya dominated, and he was the aggressor since round one. I mean, he was landing shots on Costa, whatever he wanted, legs, body kicks, head kicks. He landed one head kick, punches, elbows, whatever he wanted to land, Adesanya was landing on Costa. So he basically was not intimidated by Costa's early power or explosiveness at all. And at the same time, we didn't really see it. Costa definitely looked different than he had in his previous fights. He just said that he was hungover. I don't know. I think that's BS, but so yeah, I'm picking Adesanya to become the next champ, but again, and another thing is age. Even I know light heavyweights, it's not as bad as the younger guys, but Blachowicz is close to 40. I mean, the guy's 38. Adesanya is 31. So, I always talk about this. Blachowicz is way past the age of. We're not gonna see a better Blachowicz. As a matter of fact, he's already retirement time. So an argument could be that Blachowicz could probably be a little bit slower than he was last time, or maybe about the same. Versus Adesanya, who we could say he might be a little bit better than what he was last time. So I'm picking Adesanya to win by TKO round 2, but not super confident. Blachowicz is a really good fighter, and if he lands clean, he can probably knock anyone out. So I'm 60-40, but Adesanya TKO round 2. Before that, the co-main event is Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson. I've said this before, when it comes to Amanda Nunes or Valentina Shevchenko, I can't really think of anyone right now that has shown that they are just levels above everyone else, So I'm picking Nunes by KO or TKO round 1. I just think he's better at everything than Megan Anderson, and she's just going to show it once again. I always see this insane odds, and once again, she's like minus 1,200 to win Amanda Nunes. So this will be a monster upset. And whenever odds are this insane, I always say, might as well put $30 on Anderson and cross your fingers, hope for an upset. But yeah, I got Amanda Nunes TKO round 1. She hasn't finished anyone since Holly Holm, but over a year and a half ago, and I think she's gonna get a finish this time again. Before that, amazing fight between Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling. When the fight was first announced, I was kind of, I was thinking about it, that maybe Sterling could out-grapple him, but I don't see that happening. I think that Sterling's the only way that he can win this fight is if he's able to take Yan down, controlling, maybe submit him. But see, if we look at Sterling's last fight versus Sandhagen, the fight lasted about a minute and a half, where I think he caught a kick and took Sandhagen down. Once he got a hold of him really early in the fight, he locked in everything he needed to and submitted Sandhagen. But if we look at the one before that against Munoz, he was not able to land a single takedown on Munoz. Not only that, but the fight was extremely competitive. Other than round 1, where Sterling for sure dominated him, solid 10-9. You could argue that round 2 was a 10-9 for Munoz. He actually hurt Sterling, and then round 3 was also very competitive. But not just that, but the fact that it was a stand-up battle and it was competitive, and on top of that he was not able to get Nunes down at all, is what tells me that he doesn't really have an amazing takedown that he's going to have to be able to do in order to beat out Jan. So I think Jan's going to keep this fight standing, and his striking is so much superior to Sterling. So I have Jan KO TKO round 3, keeps the fight standing, and puts a beating on Sterling. So yeah, Jan KO TKO round 3. Then Islam Makhachev versus Drew Dober. I have Makhachev decision all day on this one. I think it might be a fight kind of like how he beat Davi Ramos, in the same way how Drew Dober lost to Beneil Dariush, where Dariush just did not give him the space that Drew Dober needs. And it's interesting, right? Because I thought that Hakparas would do that to Dober, and then Dober knocked him out pretty early. And then the fight with Alexander Hernandez was actually very competitive until Dober landed that knockout. Islam Makhachev has dominated guys like nothing. Even Arman Sarukian, who himself has shown that he can outgrapple anyone he wants to, Makhachev neutralized him. So that just shows you the level of grappling that Makhachev has. This is a classic striker versus grappler where, other than a puncher's chance for Drew Dober, I think he's going to get absolutely controlled on this fight. I'm still undecided, but I'm leaning towards submission, Makhachev round 3, maybe round 2. Actually, I'm going to go round 3. I'm going to go Makhachev submission round 3, but like I said it before, well-deserved puncher's chance for Drew Dober. And like the fight with Hakparas, you know, if he connects clean, he'll knock anyone out in that division, so... But Makhachev submission. And then Thiago Santos versus Rakic. I actually did a video with Brandon K, where we just both kind of gave our thoughts on that fight. I'll leave that the link in the description of this video. I basically have Rakic on this one, KO TKO round 1. Kind of like the same situation as far as size is. Rakic is bigger, more reach, and way younger. He's 6'4", Santos is 6'2", 78 inches, Santos is 76 inches. Rakic is 29 years old, Santos is 37 years old. So again, that age where, you know, close to retirement age, no longer prime. I mean, you have to wonder, you know, what how is it going to look. Santos is coming from 2 losses, got completely dominated by Teixeira, and then submitted. And then before that, he had a split decision loss versus Jones. A very competitive fight, I will say. Before that, he knocked out Blachowicz. However, it was a fight that he was losing. Like I said, one of those, you know, where losing until you win or win until you lose, depending where you're looking at it. But it shows that Santos has one-punch knockout ability, and he'll knock anyone out if he lands clean. Rakic is coming from putting an absolute beating on Anthony Smith. He was able to outstrike him, outpace him, and outgrapple him. Every single time they clinch, Rakic landed on top and was able to control him, on top of beating the crap out of him. Before that, it was a split decision loss to Ozdemir. A competitive fight, but I think I agree with the decision, but nevertheless, it was competitive. Before that, he destroyed Manua, destroyed Clark, beat the absolute crap out of Dustin Ledet. So I think Rakic is going to show that he has superior striking, and he'll get the knockout round 1. So I have Adesanya, KO TKO round 2. Not super confident though, I'm like 60-40. Amanda Nunes, TKO round 1. Peter Yan, KO or TKO round 3. Makhachev by submission round 2. And Rakic by KO TKO round 1. Alright guys, and tomorrow I'll be submitting the tomorrow or Thursday some of the prelims.